So there are two earphones that just made their debuts from two different chi-fi brands that over the past few years have pretty much put themselves at the staple of being the best selling for IEMs. And yeah, I'm talking about the brand new BLON BL-MAX from the company BLON, as well as the KZ ZEX from the company KZ. A lot of people have started getting their hands on the ZX with its own sort of reviews and its and their own impression about the product. Now, people are asking the question: do they go ahead to buy the Blonde BLO Max, or they should pretty much skip it in general? And I will give you my thoughts on this, because the truth here is that the idea of you getting these budget sets has to boil down to one thing. You just want to try different flavor of sound, and not necessarily like there is going to be an improvement basically, because if you look at the price tag of the BLO Max, the BLO Max is a 35 to $40 earphone. It all depends on the store you're buying it from. It has a full metal build quality. It does have a decent cable this time around compared to what usually come with blonde earphones. It's no longer the regular old school blonde that do come with how with pathetic cables. Now the thing here is the design. The problem a lot of people will face with the blonde BLMAX is the design shape. I wonder who told blonde to make a weird uh square like design for an earphone. I really don't know who told them to go this route in their design, because to be honest, I don't think it would fit a lot of people's ears. Even my ears would have problem with this sort of style. I don't see a reason why they have to make their earphones look like this. First of all, it looks ugly. I'm not a fan of this design style. It doesn't look appealing to people generally. It looks quite hideous. This is the most ugly looking blonde earphone till dates. Like literally, I've seen every blonde there is, and blonde hasn't been known for making pretty earphones. Their earphones don't really look that cute or gorgeous, but I have to say this is like their most ugly looking earphone. Now, if looks are your thing, I'll suggest maybe you go for the ZX. ZX still maintains the old school KZ like design. It doesn't stray so much from it. One thing both do have is two drivers each. The BL Max does have two dynamic drivers. One of the dynamic drivers in it is a 10 millimeter dynamic driver, while the other one is a 6.8 millimeter dynamic driver. Whereas the KZ ZX comes with two drivers. One is an electrostatic magnesium uh, driver, with the other being another 6.8 millimeter um a 10 millimeter dynamic driver for the bass, and a 6.8 millimeter electrostatic driver. So it's another interesting design. It's really another interesting design. But personally, the ZEX is technically tuned to neutrality. If you've seen the graph, you will know that it's not a bass cannon. It's not made for people that want that ultra pumping low end. It is not it was never designed to compete with bass head earphones. It's not even in that ballpark. has decent bass, but it's not in that realm. The mids is where it's designed to shine. It has decent mids and should it definitely should compete with earphones around the $30 to $50 range, especially in the mid-range department. The major place it will perform very well is the high frequency, because they at least they worked on it this time around. KZ over the years have been known to making earphones that have strong sibilance in that S um, upper range, and people don't like it. People are not impressed with that sort of tuning. It has never made general buyers lovers of such tuning. It is over the years, people never liked it, but KZ has come to their senses. They've realized people don't like these sort of tuning, and they've now decided to do warm tuning, proper tuning that most people will like, that people will find appealing. And truth be told, the ZX is a warm tuned earphone. So if warm is your thing, you probably would be good with the ZX, because it's not going to be sharp. It's not going to have that crazy KZ sibilance that kills people's ears. People don't like KZ earphones because of the sibilance they do get on most occasions. So you won't be getting the ZX. As for the BLMAX is a very different beast in its own, because um, people know the blonde earphones right from time to have bass. But the weird thing is the bass from the BLMAX is not that powerful, and considering it's not considering already it's not a very pretty looking like earphone, if it doesn't really have that rumbling bass that compares to the BLO3, the legendary BLO3, it becomes a bit of a conundrum, because I really won't see myself spending money on something that, one, doesn't look that good, two, doesn't have great bass, and maybe have an iffy and average mids, which becomes more or less a waste of resources. Now, I'm not a hater of the BLMAX. It's just that I felt that with this model, they could have made it to look beautiful in its look. There are more beautiful shell designs that they could have used to make this earphone, and they could have tuned it to have very punchy bass that can at least give you good sensation, considering that Blonde literally built their market around the bass head market. The BLO3 was so successful because of its bass. It had a lot of quantity, decent quality, but not the level of quality you would expect from a top-notch bass um, tuned earphone. So the BLMAX would probably lose out eventually. It will get a couple of sales in, but I don't see the BLMAX outselling the ZX in any long term um, sales. I really don't see that happening. I do see the ZX outselling it because of the tuning. I believe the tuning of the ZX is a lot superior to the Blonde BL-MAX. Now, a lot of people will eventually get the BLON BL-MAX. They may end up liking it. They may end up hating it. I'm personally not a fan of the BL-MAX. I would I would say that maybe next time BLON goes out to produce something, they will have to first of all work on their design. Their design needs to be better than this. Uh, their design has to be better than this. They should take their time and push for quality design, because a lot of people will pay money for their earphones, and the design should not uh, design should not be lacking for this particular earphone. It should not be lacking, really. They should consider making something that is appealing, and tune it to have a very resolving and punchy sound. I get it. people would say, oh, you're a V-shaped guy. I like V-shaped earphones. The thing here is that I like V-shaped sound in earphones, but I tend to like V-shape that has good bass, um, well pushed up mids, but not in your face kind of mids. And then I like treble that extends very well. So yes, slight V-shape is my kind of tuning. I'm not a big over the top bass head guy that just does not like his mates and all that. So personally, I will still stick with the ZEX for now. So that's it. About that, but the thing here is that these are two good budget earphones, so you can go for any one that you choose if you want different sound tuning. That's it. That's on you. I'll leave links to two of them in the description if you want to check them out. Subscribe. I'll see everyone next time.